Subterranean Homesick Alien. Yeah. The song is fairly easy. It's divided in three parts: intro, verse, and chorus. We're gonna start with the verse and chorus, and we'll add the intro at the end, since the intro you can only play it if you're tuned on low G. And it's not that necessary. You can play just the verse and chorus, and we know what we're talking about. Verse. 4 chorus, 3 of them variations of G, and a C minor. So let's start. Your first finger goes on the second string, first fret. Your second finger goes on the second fret, third string. And your third finger goes on the second fret, first string. And this is what we call G7. So G7, and next chord will be just to take your index finger off. So you'll have only 2 fingers on the second frets of the third and the first string. The next chord is a C minor. So you just bar the 3 bottom strings of the uke on the third fret. And if you're playing on low G, you can also put your middle finger on the 5th fret. To change a bass, make it a C instead of just G all the time, but it's alright, you can just play barring the 3rd bottom strings and it'll sound just fine. And the last chord is just a common old G, which is first finger on the 2nd fret, second finger on the 2nd fret of the first string. The first finger is on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, the second finger is on the 2nd fret of the first string, and your third finger goes on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. So that's a G. The strumming pattern for the verse is basically down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And when you're gonna make the chord change, you play the next down and pattern begins again. So just as an example, it's down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and then you change. Down, up, 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 down, up. So that's the verse, and anyways, you can avoid the strum pattern and just keep a beat of yourself. I usually just, if I'm just bored, I kind of finger play it a bit, like, I don't know. So you can add your own mix and twist to the song, and it'll still sound not fairly nice. It'll obviously sound nice. The chord progression is quite nice. And what else? Yeah, you can just play it whatever, Then again, next section is chorus, which is also fairly easy. This one's only got 3 chords, F, C, and G. So the F chord is your first finger on the first fret of the 2nd string, your second finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, so all the way to the top. And this is the only twist on this F, is you're going to use your ring or pinky finger and put it on the 3rd fret of the first string. You're still playing an F, this is just adding a C, so it makes it a bit more high-pitched. And it sounds, this is the normal F, but you're going to be playing with the pinky here, so it sounds like this. And next chord is a C, so you just take off your first and the 2nd finger and leave the pinky on the 3rd fret. So it's all open except for the 3rd fret on the first string. And then the G that we already used on the verse. And the strumming pattern here is just down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, all the time. And so basically you keep 2 bars for the F and 1 for the C and 1 for the G. and it cycles. So as an example, this is the chorus. So again, fairly easy, you know, it's just like a rhythm pattern, up, down all the time. And 2 bars for F, 1 for C, and 1 for G again. The last part, if you're tuned on low G uke, is the intro, which I'm still working on this uke. I hope the new turtleneck I got is better for this. But in any case, so yeah, it's basically D minor, G sharp, and then D. Yeah, it's a D. D with a bass variation. So let's start at the top. D minor, you bar the 7th fret, and your second finger goes on the 1st fret of the, oh, it's the 8th fret. It's the 8th fret of the 1st string. Your ring finger goes on the 9th fret of the 3rd string, and your pinky goes on the 10th fret of the 2nd string. So basically, you pluck all the strings once, then you play the 3rd string, the 2nd string, the 3rd string, the 1st string, and this is a catchy part, you play the 1st string and pull off. And if this is a bit hard for you, you can play it twice. It just sounds nicer when you pull it off instead of, but it's the same in any case. So pluck once all, 3rd string, 2nd string, 3rd string, 1st string with the pull off, and then 2nd string with a slide on 1 space back, 1 fret back. You know? So D minor, okay? And you go to a G sharp, which is your 1st finger on the 6th fret, and your 2nd finger, your 3rd finger, and your 4th finger on the 8th fret of the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string, respectively. And then again, you just strum all the strings once, play with the 3rd, the 2nd, and the 3rd, but then you play the 2nd one on the 9th fret, slide it back 1 fret, and then you play the 3rd string on the 6th, 8th fret, and you slide it down 1 fret again. So it's D minor, G sharp, okay, from the 8th to the 7th, from the 9th to the 8th, and from the 8th to the 7th. And then you slide all the way back to the 2nd fret with your 1st, you can use your 2nd, your 3rd, and your 1st, and your 4th finger, but whichever, you just cover the 2nd fret of the top 3 strings. You can play the 1st string, but whatever. So just strum. So D minor, down, up, down, up, down. See, and then the verse. So for the intro, I would recommend you listen to the song so you get the vibe of it. And if there are any questions, I'm still writing down the tab and the comments of the videos, but you can always ask if there's anything that I left unclear. Thank you very much for watching. Have a good day.